If I had an arm, if I had the arm next to
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Rensselaer Kneecap Stadium for this afternoon's matchup between the Saints of St. Lawrence University and your Engineers of Rensselaer. We'll have starting lineups in just a few moments, but first we ask that you please rise for the playing of our national anthem. let's meet the starting lineups for this afternoon's Liberty League contest. First, the visitors from St. Lawrence University. A junior from Reading, Massachusetts, number 6, Charlie Neely. A senior from Marblehead, Massachusetts, number 11, Ben Hutchinson. A junior from Fairfield, Connecticut, number 13, Sam Smith. A senior from Windsor Junction, Nova Scotia, number 15, Alex Bichard. A senior from Wakefield, Massachusetts, number 17, Brian Souza. A junior from Sherburne, Massachusetts, number 18, Michael Marinello. A junior from Pacific Grove, California, number 25, Caleb Torres. A senior from Cohasset, Massachusetts, number 34, Judge Murphy. A senior from Byfield, Massachusetts, number 44, Trip Clark. And a junior from South Berwick, Maine, number 49, Patty Condon. And their head coach is Mike Mahoney. Now let's meet the starting lineup for the Engineers of RPI. He's a sophomore from Rochester, New York, number 10, Sean Smith. A graduate student from Situate, Massachusetts, number 12, Luke Murphy. A junior from Barrington, Rhode Island, number 14, Joseph Perry. A graduate student from Doylestown, Pennsylvania, number 15, Eric Oger. A junior from Silver Spring, Maryland, number 18, Will McGrath. A senior from Sudbury, Massachusetts, number 25, Angelo Venuto. A sophomore from Setauket, New York, number 31, Tyler Raffini. A senior from Cohasset, Massachusetts, number 34, Jack Green. A senior from Mount Laurel, New Jersey, number 37, Caleb Oswari. And a junior from Slinger, Wisconsin, number 48, Ty Stanek. The rest of the Engineers, their head coach, Scott Hackett-Dalglish. Assistant coaches, Joe Sillo, Kevin Franka, Bonzel Regal, and Devin O'Leary.
And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to ECAV Stadium on the campus of RPI. It is RPI Men's Lacrosse here on RPI TV. We are underway in the final day of Liberty League Men's Lacrosse action here on the campus in Troy. The RPI Engineers taking on the St. Lawrence Saints on the final day here on a busy day across the Liberty League with all 8 teams in action and a lot on the line for the home squad, the Engineers, here on Senior Day. And the first of 2 games that will be played here at ECAV Stadium, as the women's team will play later on today. But in the meantime, we have a great game on hand. Number 4 team in the nation, the RPI Engineers, taking on the number 5 team in the nation, the St. Lawrence Saints. It is St. Lawrence in possession first. They are 13-2 on the campaign, 5-1 at home, 6-1 on the road. Ball is stripped loose. It is controlled for the moment by the Saints. Still loose along the turf and controlled there. It was scooped up by Bobby Wells. Wells, the lefty, in possession. Work low of the goal. Loose again, having trouble controlling, but Judge Murphy finds it. Shot there. That one whistles wide with just 7 seconds remaining on the shot clock. St. Lawrence led by Mike Mahoney, who has led this program since 1997. The all-time winningest coach in St. Lawrence history. Shot clock down to 1. Have to hurry, and St. Lawrence will not get their shot away. Perry was able to make the stop anyways. So the first trip down the turf there for St. Lawrence. Unsuccessful. RPI will go the other way with a record of 14-1. They are 7-0 at home, 7-1 on the road. Their only blemish, a non-conference defeat at the hands of Amherst College. They are 6-0 right now in the Liberty League. Leading the way, St. Lawrence 5-1 in a tie for second place with RIT. So the Engineers have the chance to control their own destiny and win the regular season title in the Liberty League. Firing there was Anthony Mazzella in the first save made by Michael Marinello, the junior goalkeeper out of Sherborne, Massachusetts. Marinello in 15 games, all starts, a record of 13-2, a 7.13 goals against average, and a 6.28 save percentage. He is top 10 in the nation in Division III lacrosse in both goals against average and save percentage. He battles against Joseph Perry, the Engineers junior netminder, with a record of 14-1 in 15 games, 5.79 save percentage, and a 9.02 goals against average for Perry out of Barrington, Rhode Island. These two netminders have battled against one another only once. It was last year, a game in which the Engineers won. That final score was 13-7. It was the first time that the Engineers had beat the Saints, as that one's fired from a sharp angle and it's through. Judge Murphy on the board first. Up to 50 goals on the season for Murphy, as Perry was just a step behind that play. And St. Lawrence is on the board first here on the road. Well, Murphy was an honorable mention All-American last year and also a member of the All-Second team in the Liberty League. He got a sharp angle look there and was able to find Twine, so 1-0 St. Lawrence. So just to button that thought, that 13-7 victory was the first for RPI against St. Lawrence since 2016. That was a game that, ironically enough, came in the Liberty League semifinals. You have to go back to 2014 for the last time that RPI had beat St. Lawrence here in Troy. St. Lawrence holds the 44-18 all-time series advantage, the most defeats for the Engineers against any opponent in their history. Quick transition the other way comes RPI, led by Stanek, who will fire, and he missed the net wide. Good crowd on hand here at ECAV Stadium for Senior Day. The pregame tailgate party was quite a busy one in the parking lot just behind the scoreboard here at ECAV, and the fans have come in to honor a senior class that has done a lot for this program. Here is Sean Smith. Smith goes to his right side, defended well. Spinning away from pressure, there is Evan Watley. Watley works it behind for Ruffini, who is forced to his right side. Shot clock about halfway through, under 40 seconds. Ruffini gets help from Luke Murphy. Murphy up to 55 goals on the season. All the way up top, Smith. Far side, fires and they score! No! Off the side of the goal. Everybody in the building, myself included, and I apologize for that, thought that that one had gone through. It ended up hitting off the side of the goal, and I'm not entirely sure how. St. Lawrence completes their clear. They remain up 1-0. Everybody, including the crowd and the goal horn operator and apparently the broadcaster thought that that one was through, but instead, St. Lawrence remains up a goal. Their clear was successful, so they take it back the other way, looking to add on to their lead. That pass completed from John Mahoney. Near side feed finds Judge Murphy. Gonna have to differentiate between the Murphys. It's gonna be Judge Murphy and Ben Hutchinson, who just had possession there, leading the offense here for the Saints squad. St. Lawrence, the best scoring defense in the Liberty League and one of the best in the nation. In total, giving up just 6.5 goals per game in conference action and 7.16 overall. Ball is stripped loose, but scooped up off the turf there by Mahoney. Shot clock hits 0, however, and RPI is able to hold on defense. With under 9 minutes to go here in our first quarter of a 1-goal game, and a flag has been thrown. So we'll get our first call of the day. Looks like John Mahoney may be the guilty party. He will indeed. Wait for a moment to get the call. RPI will go a man up for the first time today. Looking at 17.6% on the season. That's 15% in conference play. Looking to tie the score. Anthony Mazzella. Near side here is Zach Swanson, but the pass towards Swanson got deflected before it got there. Kicked along the turf by Murphy. He's got it and absorbs the hit.
Number 50 receives 30 seconds for delay of game.
30-second delay of game call as the shot clock hits 0, allowing for RPI to go a man up. Here is Swanson. Got it back from Smith. Jab step there from Mazzella. Smith spinning. Finding Swanson. Looks to turn the corner and fire. And that one would not go. The man-down defense for St. Lawrence this season, 77.3% on the year. Just under 76% in conference play. As a sharp angle try there would not go for Raffini. And RPI will turn it over. St. Lawrence suffered their second defeat of the season last time out, a hard-fought game against RIT that ended in a 12-9 defeat for the Saints. That was their first loss in conference play, as St. Lawrence was having a bit of trouble stringing passes together there as Marinello had stepped out of the crease to try to facilitate the clear. RPI gets it back. Manzi fires and a save made by Marinello. Looking strong on that one as RPI had the look that they wanted, landing with the sophomore attackman Cooper Manzi, last year's Liberty League Rookie of the Year. St. Lawrence did all they could to claw back into a game in which they trailed 10-4 after 3 quarters. They outscored the Tigers 5-2 in that fourth quarter, but still came up on the losing end. So it sets up a wildly unique scenario in the Liberty League here this weekend, and it's all dependent upon the result of this game. Nice move to get free. That shot is turned aside by Perry on the change from David Harley. Harley, he was able to make a nice move, and the sophomore out of Sudbury, Massachusetts, was wide open in front to get that shot. Speaking of that shot, that one's through, and it's 2-0 St. Lawrence. I believe that one will belong to the sophomore midfielder Ted Wilson. It is Wilson indeed with goal number 9 on the season. The sophomore out of Boston who had 12 points over his first 11 games but none in his last 4. Back on the board, doubling the lead for the visitors here in the first quarter. And the defense, combined with their stud face-off man Patty Condon, on display early. Condon was named a first-teamer All Liberty League last year as a face-off man, with the Engineers' Angelo Venuto being named a second-teamer. So two of the very best in the nation. Condon's 69.2% face-off win percentage coming into play this weekend, 6th in the nation in Division III lacrosse. Venuto sitting in a tie for 26th nationwide, 64.5%. As one of the better face-off men we've seen, especially when, and we discussed this on our last broadcast against Union, when we also had a great battle with the X, when you talk about the degree of difficulty in the matchups that these face-off men in the Liberty League face within Division III lacrosse. Turning the corner and firing there was Harley. That one skipped wide with 18 seconds remaining on the shot clock. The patience on offense for St. Lawrence certainly been a factor. They have used all of the shot clock in 2 possessions so far. They're now down to 5 seconds here. Work back up top for the shot, and it's through. Judge Murphy's second. And St. Lawrence an early 3 spot here in the first quarter in Troy. Murphy goals number 50 and 51. He's been a dynamic presence for sure. 10 games this season with at least 5 points for the senior attackman out of Cohasset, Massachusetts, Judge Murphy. Face-off knocked forward by Condon. Playing make it, take it here, allowing St. Lawrence to get back on the offense.
He was assisted by number 46, Bobby Webb.
Condon has won all 4 face-offs here in this one so far. His team has a 3-0 advantage. Shots on goal right now, 5-2 in favor of the Saints here on Senior Day. Worked up top there by Mahoney. He's got it back. Right by the 30-yard line, at least if we're playing from a football perspective here at ECAV Stadium. Worked along the perimeter as Eli Kalkstein was there defending Ben Hutchinson, as that one will roll out. And RPI will be awarded possession with 4:23 to go here in our first quarter. Engineers bidding for a regular season title here at home. It would be the first time since 2011 that a team not named RIT would enter the Liberty League tournament as the #1 seed. That year, ironically enough, was the last time that RIT didn't win the Liberty League championship, as Union took down RPI in a Capital Region battle. A lot on the line with a win, a lot on the line with a loss for the homestanding Engineers here. Get into the details when we have a free moment on the broadcast, but a loss for RPI here against St. Lawrence would set up a 3-way tie at the top of the Liberty League standings, and then that's where some of the crazy tiebreakers come into play. Manzi to his right on the feed from Roman. Taken back behind the net there by Swanson. Mazzella fights for some room. Defended well, whacked at there by Charlie Mealy. Eric Ogier. Ogier defended well. Shot clock down to 5. Engineers looking for something. Here's Roman, and he skips it wide. Shot clock will hit 0, and St. Lawrence will take over. And a scoring defense that has allowed just 108 goals in 15 games has kept the Engineers off the scoreboard so far. RPI with 2 games last weekend, both on the road, one in non-conference play. A midweek game against Amherst, which saw the Engineers drop their first game of the season, 14-12 that final. RPI outscored Amherst 4-1 in the fourth quarter, but it was not enough to complete the comeback. That was their first loss of the season. At the time, it dropped them to 13-1, but they responded with a 21-10 resounding victory against Skidmore. Pass doesn't connect as Cam Crosdale went up to try to catch it. Just about 2 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter, 3-0 St. Lawrence. Shot clock now under 20. That pass will sail high and out of bounds. A bit too much heat on the feed from David Herlihy. And RPI will take it back the other way. As part of their win against Skidmore last weekend, Luke Murphy scored 7 goals, which was a career high. And ironically enough, he's hit at least 6 goals in 3 out of his last 5 games. So heating up at the right time, and the Engineers are going to need him to find a bit of space here on the turf at ECAV Stadium. And St. Lawrence does not give much of that up. Ojert. Tyler Ruffini finds Smith. Now here is Swanson. Swanson tries to drop the shoulder. Ojert up top for Ruffini. Ruffini spins. This way Mazzella fires one and he put it high. Good coverage again by St. Lawrence, and when it does reach the net, Michael Marinello has been there as he often is. Here's Mazzella. Leaves off for Swanson, who scores! A big answer for the Engineers with under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Number 26 on the season for Zach Swanson, and the Engineers are on the board. Big answer for RPI. Swanson with 8 goals over his previous 4 games was held pointless against Skidmore. That's a face-off win by St. Lawrence, however, firing there. And that one goes high and wide after another face-off win by Condon, who has had Venuto's number so far. Anthony Mazzella credited with the assist on the goal from Zach Swanson. 3-1 St. Lawrence. Game clock ahead of shot clock, so the Saints can hold for the final shot of this quarter. Defended well. There was Zach Corsi. Keeps it moving. Stick in the passing lane there. RPI is able to sweep this one along and take possession. Still loose along the turf, and it's scooped up again. McGrath able to make the play. 3 seconds and 2. Ojert fires and it missed the net wide. And that will do it for the end of our first quarter. 3-1, St. Lawrence leading RPI. 3 unanswered goals by the Saints, answered from 1 in the final minute from Zach Swanson. But the number 5 team in the nation looking to take down the Engineers for the first time in Liberty League play. They have the lead through 1 quarter. We'll step aside and be back with more in just a few moments, so stay with us. You're watching RPI Men's Lacrosse on RPI TV. Back here at ECAV Stadium, just a few moments away from the beginning of our second quarter here on a Saturday afternoon in the Capital Region. St. Lawrence leading RPI by a score of 3-1. Dan Ball with you here on RPI TV. Thanks for making us a part of your Saturday afternoon. Face-off controlled to begin our second quarter by Patty Condon and the Saints. Condon now 6 of 6 at the X. Make that 7 of 7 to begin play. St. Lawrence scored 3 goals to open up the first quarter. 2 from Judge Murphy and 1 sandwiched in the middle as that one is over the line and in. Perry got most of it, but not all. And for the second straight quarter, St. Lawrence has scored first.
Way to go, Demo!
We'll take a look at this one as it's Daniel Mahoney who got the shot away, and Perry got most of this one. Yeah, made the first save, tried to control the rebound. Here's Condon right off the face-off, and he skips it wide. So Daniel Mahoney is credited with the goal. The freshman attackman out of Canton, New York, scores goal number 19 on the season for him. On a roster here for St. Lawrence that's laden with seniors, Ben Hutchinson, Judge Murphy, the 2 at the top of the scoreboard for this Saints team. Daniel Mahoney has jumped out and does seem to be a building block for this program in the future. St. Lawrence in possession. It's Mahoney again. Scurrying away from pressure, Cam Crosdale got the pass away. St. Lawrence with 30 seconds on their shot clock. Turning and shooting right-handed there was Murphy. That one missed wide on the feed from Ben Hutchinson. Mahoney. Defended, ball is knocked loose, and the Engineers successful on defense. Caleb Oswari, the successful clear. The other way comes Murphy. He'll try to get things going himself. Didn't have the lane to the net he was looking for. Ogier waiting for the oncoming Smith. Hits the brakes there. Smith gets it back, firing, and a save made by Marinello. That one might have hit iron as well. And Sean Smith can really generate a lot of power. Already 31 goals on the season, and Smith is just a sophomore. That's the fun part of this Engineers team. Right in front of the goal. That one hit iron and would not go. The chance there for Hutchinson with nothing between him and the net but Perry, and he couldn't find Twine. Engineers survive and take it the other way. Here is Ogier. Eric Ogier, a couple of spin moves there, opening up some space. The transfer, Eric Ogier with points in every game as a member of the Engineers, had 3 assists against Skidmore, 8 points over his last 2. Loose along the side of the net and scooped back up by Marinello.
Go Trip, go Trip, go Trip. Tell you Trip.
St. Lawrence will complete the clear, led ahead by Trip Clark. Clark is a dynamic defender. 7 games with multiple caused turnovers. He is a problem for opposing offenses. So the Mahoney name being carried on here with the St. Lawrence program. 3 sons of Mike Mahoney and his wife Pam all have come through St. Lawrence. That one is through and they score. St. Lawrence's offense clicking once again. That was Zach Corsi. And a 5-1 lead for the visitors. Corsi with goal number 9 on the season. Picks up right where he left off. Did not score in last weekend's game against RIT, but was riding a 4-game goal streak before that. Venuto jumped off the draw. A violation gives possession back to St. Lawrence. 5-1 Saints. Looking to complicate things at the top of the Liberty League standings. A 3-way tie at 6-1 in the Liberty League would give RIT a championship, and St. Lawrence adds again.
Let's go, boys.
Goodness gracious, the Saints playing make it, take it, and Brian Souza skips one off the turf and in. Souza's 6th goal of the season. And RPI going with a different strategy off the draw. It's won by Condon again. Here is Condon skipping one, and a save made by Perry. It was going over the bar anyways as Ben Shockett came out to take the face-off, as Coach Scott Hackett-Dalglish giving Angelo Venuto a bit of a break. St. Lawrence has been able to dominate possession because of their star face-off man, Patty Condon. And after that face-off violation that was whistled on the Engineers, the change made on that one. Swanson finds Cooper Manzi. Manzi fires, and he scores! A flag was thrown as the play was being made. It won't end up mattering as Cooper Manzi is into double digits with his 10th goal of the season. The Superman dive, he's able to fire it past Marinello. And a big answer and a much needed one there from RPI, 6-2. Manzi had a goal and an assist against Skidmore, his 5th multi-point game of the season. Has just one game this year with multiple goals. Face-off won by Condon, but you see the speed being shown there from Ben Shockett in order to keep up with Patty Condon. Timeout will be taken by St. Lawrence with 9:54 to go here in the second quarter. A 6-2 advantage for the visitors. So here is what's on the line here today. A 3-way tie for first between RPI, RIT, and St. Lawrence at 6-1. At 6-1 happens if St. Lawrence beats RPI and then RIT beats Union. Utilizing tiebreaker number 5, which is common opponents that all 3 teams have played and beat. RIT would have a 929 winning percentage against teams 500 and above, while St. Lawrence would have an 857 winning percentage and RPI would be 833. RIT would be the number 1 seed, and then reverting back to head-to-head for the number 2 seed. If St. Lawrence beats RPI, they would be the number 2 seed. So, an RPI win here this afternoon completes a perfect season in the Liberty League and gives them the championship and the number 1 overall seed in the tournament. While a loss combined with an RIT victory against Union would see them finish as the number 3 team in the league based on a whole handful of ties and tiebreakers. 3 games underway right now, including this one. Vassar hosting Clarkson and Ithaca hosting Skidmore. 1 o'clock face-off in Rochester for the game that we mentioned before, RIT and Union. So by about 3 o'clock today, we will know the fate of both of these teams you're watching here and the rest of the Liberty League. as the tournament begins on Tuesday of this week, with the quarterfinal or first round matchup, so to speak, and then that tees up semifinal matchups on Friday and a potential championship game on Sunday. That shot is blocked on its way through as Brendan Pregame turned and fired. Skips out of bounds with 30 seconds remaining on the shot clock and 9:08 now remaining in the second quarter. Cam Crosdale from left to right he goes, work back up top Mahoney. Mahoney fires one, that one gets blocked. High up in the air and it will roll out with 13 seconds on the shot clock. Off of the dome of one of the Engineers defenders. That's how you use your head. Worked back behind the net by Ben Hutchinson. Hutchinson for Mahoney, who fires and he scores! Short side under the stick of Joseph Perry and in right at the end of the shot clock. There for the freshman Daniel Mahoney. He and his brother John, sons of the head coach Mike, both having impacts. John, a senior midi with 7 goals this season. And Daniel Mahoney now up to 20. Face-off won by Angelo Venuto. Pass Condon. And that's going to be a big factor in this one if Venuto's able to grab a bit of momentum there at the X. Eric Ogert will jog his way back towards the center of the field. And possession, Cooper Roman. 5 goals over his last 3 games for Cooper Roman, the junior midi. He had 4 all of this year before that stretch. Swanson. Swanson goes to his left. Fires one and he missed the net. Under 8 to go, second quarter. Here at ECAV Stadium on the campus of RPI. Thanks for being with us. Tyler Ruffini leaves it for Murphy, being hacked at as Luke Murphy. Trying to open up some room. Leaves for the waiting Eric Ogert. Ogert. Now Ruffini all the way up top. Swanson missed the net. 16 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Ruffini firing there. They score! Zach Swanson again! And an answer from the Engineers. It's 7-3. Well, what you're realizing about this St. Lawrence defense is it is rare to get a look anywhere directly in front of Marinello, so you're going to have to rely on your shooters besting goaltenders. And then it all comes back to the faceoff. This one's won by Condon, and Venuto goes down. So St. Lawrence grabs possession, but RPI back on the board, keeping the Saints at arm's length here in the second quarter. Tyler Ruffini gets the assist as he was the one facilitating back behind the cage. That pass does not connect as it looked like Charlie Higgins might have rushed that one just a little bit. Laying out there was Murphy trying to corral that pass right along the end line, and a timeout is called by St. Lawrence as Mike Mahoney recognized that his senior attackman there, Murphy, was in a whole world of trouble after that pass got skipped toward him. Elsewhere in Liberty League action, Clarkson is leading Vassar right now by a score of 5-1. Vassar 2-4 in conference play this season. Clarkson 1-5, so the Golden Knights looking to move even here with a win on the road today. Also, it is Ithaca all over Skidmore, 9-3 midway through the second quarter. Ithaca bidding for their first conference victory. They are 0-6 in conference, but 7-8 overall. Skidmore is 1-5 in conference play. Just about 20 minutes or so from face-off for RIT in Union. And what is the other game that RPI fans are watching intently. So Ithaca all over Skidmore right now, so that is kind of negating what would have been an interesting tiebreaker for the number 5 spot, the 5th and final spot in the Liberty League tournament. If Clarkson had beat Vassar and Skidmore had beat Ithaca, St. Lawrence answers quickly after the timeout. As soon as RPI is able to claw back with one, St. Lawrence has had an answer. Ben Hutchinson going stick side on Perry and through. Hutchinson's 39th goal of the campaign re-extends the lead out to 5. Faceoff is controlled by the Engineers and Angelo Venuto, who will take the space in front of him. Here is Venuto. Far side pass. Murphy. Murphy finds the oncoming Swanson. Raffini this way for Mazzella. Anthony Mazzella defended well, takes another jab step to his left and fires. That one got blocked. It hit Murphy in front, and the other way comes St. Lawrence. Clear is successful. Hutchinson barking out plays. Firing there, they score. Judge Murphy around the corner and past Perry. Goal number 9 for the Saints here in this first half.
Keep it up, baby.
And they are firing from all angles. And the lead is extended once again. Murphy completes the first half hat trick. He is one of 3 players for St. Lawrence with multiple goals, as that one is through. Codden with a make-it-take-it goal. The offense for the Saints is rolling, and the Engineers will take a timeout. An impressive display from the number 5 team in the nation, scoring just under 13 goals a game this season. 194 goals over 15 games. In conference play, they're scoring about 13 and change. They have the 3rd most goals both in conference games and overall among teams in the Liberty League. The scoring defense is really where this team has been able to shine this year. 6.5 goals allowed per game in conference play. The numbers speak for themselves. Michael Marinello has 3 games this year where he's given up 12 goals. And St. Lawrence is 1-2 in those games. Every other game this season, the Saints netminder has given up 8 or less. And you kind of see why. Right after the timeout, both teams back on the turf with 5:23 to go.
Hey now, B. Your turn, kid.
Off the face-off, it's won backwards as Venuto was diving for it, but Condon is able to find it. No rush in the game on offense as Zach Corsi fresh on and catching that one. Here is Ted Wilson. Worked up top. Corsi was debating the sharp angle try, but decided against it. Mahoney worked it back up top. Corsi fires, and that one missed wide. Judge Murphy, defended by Caleb Azwari. Murphy turns, fires, and then it tipped off of Perry, up and out of play.
Let's go. Keep the pressure on, boys.
Mahoney will get it moving. Near side feed, Wilson. Wilson trying to work for a little bit of room. Defended well there by Nick Porter. Worked in front, and they score. St. Lawrence adds on to their lead, 11-3. And it was Murphy again, just able to get around the Engineers' defense. A sharp angle try, and you could see he was very aware of where he was near the crease. Hopped up in the air and was able to find Twine for goal number 4 on his afternoon. Face-off won by St. Lawrence. Caleb Torres was ready to find that one. Under 4 to go here in the second quarter. St. Lawrence, an impressive statement here in the first half. Near side feed, Cam Crosdale. Bottled up as Green forcing him backwards. Firing from up top, Perry the save, the rebound. Azwari had it but lost it, and Perry will pin it along the turf. Still a battle there. Both teams fighting for it. It's fired, and they score. Perry is incensed. He thought he had possession. St. Lawrence was not allowing for Joe Perry to pin that one along the turf. They kept digging at it. The Engineers had all 3 of their defenders there trying to protect that one as well.
Let's go, Ben.
Checking the replay just to see, you could see all the chaos that was going on there. Chaos off the draw. The Engineers do grab possession off of that one. Ty Stanek. So Daniel Mahoney gets credit for the goal after the hard-working play there from St. Lawrence. Jars the ball free and pretty much opens up a wide-open shot. Mazzella fighting for some room. The trailer is Swanson. Near side feed, Murphy had it but lost it. Mazzella knifes his way low. Zach Swanson fires, and a save made by Marinello. Goodness gracious. Long feed and a hit laid there by Mazzella, jars it loose. Good play on defense as Lucas Podvie was trying to transition it. RPI will get another chance on offense. That one is turned aside. Marinello the save, the rebound is loose, and Smith will find it. Shot clock will reset. RPI their first extended offensive end possession here in a little while. Ruffini Gets it back on the feed from Ogier. Tyler Ruffini to his right, now back to his left. Here is Smith. Swanson, Murphy, fires. That one's high, or that was Mazzella rather, who gave that one a go. Pretty much everybody on offense for RPI touched that one before Mazzella took the shot. .90 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Shot clock down to 30. Sharp angle try, they score! Eric Ogier through the wickets and in. A much needed answer there from RPI. That's a wicked one there from Eric Ogier, who shoots around the defender and through Marinello. Goal number 18 on the season for Eric Ogier, who was the hero in overtime in his team's win against RIT here at ECAP Stadium. Venuto wins the draw. Angelo Venuto tracked down there by Condon, walks right in, and a save made by Marinello. High fly ball is loose and out of bounds, and RPI is awarded possession. Ogier again. Both teams changing personnel. Shot clock is ahead of the game clock, so St. Lawrence may get one additional opportunity down the field. Ogier had that one clank off of his helmet. Now a battle ensues for the ground ball. Still loose, and there was Smith waiting like a hawk right behind the pile. Long feed finds Swanson, who's on his left. Pass gets deflected. A good defensive effort there as it was in the direction of Murphy. Swept along, picked up by Marinello. And St. Lawrence is able to force the turnover. Good defensive play by Alex Beachard. Playing in his 16th game, he started all 16. Out of Windsor Junction, Nova Scotia. 9 games with a caused turnover. Add to that total there on a good defensive play. 10 seconds to go. St. Lawrence holding for the final opportunity here in the first half. Long feed, now back up top. Firing there, skipped off the turf and high, kept inbounds, 2 seconds and 1 right in front, and the pass did not connect. We have reached the end of our first half of play here at ECAV Stadium in Troy. The number 5 team in the nation, the St. Lawrence Saints, with a statement in the opening half. They hold a 12-4 advantage over RPI at the end of 30 minutes of play. We will step aside and be back with the second half in a few moments, so stay with us. You're watching RPI Men's Lacrosse here on RPI TV.
Take a picture. Okay. Make sure it's in the good section of the newspaper. Not the obits.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we honor our men's lacrosse alumni. We especially honor those who are part of the teams as recent as 2023 and as far back as 1972. They include alumni from the 2001, 2016, and 2023 NCAA tournament teams. The alumni have given countless hours to RPI Lacrosse, helping to build the program pillars of brotherhood, leadership, legacy, and service. We're grateful for their attendance and their participation and their continued support and willingness to stay connected to the program. Our special thanks to the RPI Lacrosse alum.
What I enjoyed most
Ready to go for the second half of action between RPI and St. Lawrence. Men's lacrosse here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in the Capital Region. Face-off controlled by Angelo Venuto and the Engineers. And with that, we are underway. Thanks for joining us here on RPI TV here on this Saturday afternoon. Dan Ball with you. It was all St. Lawrence. Through the first half of play, they hold a 12-4 advantage. They outshot the Engineers 18-9 in terms of total shots on goal, and they made the most of a lot of those opportunities, but RPI in possession here to begin our second half. Here is Swanson. Worked back behind the net, Murphy. Tried to get a shot away. It gets deflected up and out. RPI will maintain possession. Luke Murphy coming off of a game against Skidmore where he scored 7. He has been held pointless so far. 2 shots, neither of which went on goal. The two goals coming from Zach Swanson, one apiece for Cooper Manzi and Eric Ogert. Here is Smith. This way for Ruffini. Tyler Ruffini. Zach Swanson to his left. Wasn't going to go for the sharp angle try as the lefty. Instead, he keeps the offense moving. Shot clock down to 20. Smith. Looking for a lane. He'll go to his right instead. Bottled up there. The switches from the St. Lawrence defenders are right on the money, as when one Engineers attackman gets a bit of space, even if he thinks he beats one defender, there's another one right there. Shot clock now under 10. Engineers have to try to get an opportunity. Ogert spins, works it in front, swatted away from Swanson and St. Lawrence. Successful with a full shot clock performance on defense. They'll go back the other way. 4 goals in the first half from Judge Murphy, a first half hat trick from the freshman Daniel Mahoney. Ted Wilson 2 goals, and then 1 each for Zach Corsi, Brian Souza, and Patty Condon. Condon, who is 14-5 in faceoff so far today. Murphy could not find it. The Engineers battling for it, and they find it there. That was Smith. The clear completed by Porter. Murphy. That's Luke Murphy. Score! Oh, a rare mishap there from Judge Murphy, and the Engineers' Luke Murphy responds. RPI gets the first goal here in our second half. And it's the first time out of the 3 quarters in which RPI has scored first. Goal number 56 on the season for the Engineers senior midfielder out of Scituate, Massachusetts. Face-off won by Venuto. Angelo Venuto.
Murphy.
No lane to the net, but he finds Murphy.
RPI goal 12, Murphy.
Luke Murphy unassisted to begin the scoring here in the second half. Tyler Ruffini. Manzi for Mazzella, back to Manzi. Now it's Azwari, and it's Cooper Manzi. Fakes the shot. Luke Murphy. 2 defenders right on top of him, but he opens up room. Cooper Manzi fires it wide. Well, that's the look that you are looking for there if you're Cooper Manzi, who was bidding for his second goal of the game. It would be just his second game this year with multiple goals. Eric Ogier, still 30 on the shot clock, so no real need to hurry. Though, the Engineers are trailing by 7, so the more goals quickly, the better. Cooper Roman. Loose there. Mazzella tried to clamp down on it, but it's taken away. St. Lawrence forces the turnover, allowing for Judge Murphy to take it back the other way. Looking for a trailer. That pass does not connect. Kicked along the turf. Both sides battling for it. It was one-handed along there by Green. Still loose there. Just a pig pile for the ground ball. And the Engineers find it. It was Jack Green, and the Engineers will get it anyways after the whistle. RPI's defense strong to begin things here. Drew Teff over the center line. Here is Teff. The oncoming Cooper Roman. Back there for Ruffini. So much changes based on face-off wins in this one, and Murphy tried to shovel one in front. Didn't connect on the feed with Ogier, who was diving for that near side post. Held up there was Mazzella. No flags thrown on the play. Smith tries to track it down. He keeps it in bounds. Slung across the middle for Cooper Roman. Heck of a play there by Smith. Murphy, Roman. Smith is hit hard, and he's dropped as he shoots. The shot goes out of bounds. It was a clean hit that was delivered to Sean Smith. And I believe it was Rogan Cardinal, the one who delivered it. Shot clock to 22 with RPI in possession. Still trailing by 7. Ogier. This is Murphy. Up top, Swanson fires one. Save made. Marinello the stop. He went down into the near splits and used the stick in order to make the save. RPI getting the looks that they are looking for. But that is the most dangerous part of this St. Lawrence group, is that their positioning on defense is outstanding, and even when you do get the looks, then you have to beat Michael Marinello, and that's not necessarily the easiest thing to do. Under 10 to go here in the third quarter. Keep you up to date on some of the scoring going on around the Liberty League, as RIT and Union has just begun out in Rochester. Judge Murphy drawing the assignment of Swatson. Worked right in front there for Hutchinson. Tried to spin and get some room. Defended well. Controlled up top. That was Bobby Wells. Shot clock down to 15. The St. Lawrence game plan is use the clock to your advantage. Pass gets swatted down there by Azwari, and he takes it away. RPI forcing turnovers here on the defensive end, trying to buy their offense some time. Here is Ty Stanek. Stanek hands it off for Teff. Now it is Murphy. Murphy turns the corner, fakes the shot, taken from the far side, and a save made by Marinello. Wow. A nice stop there on Ruffini, who got the shot, as Luke Murphy chose to pass off and make the play. The open opportunity that RPI was looking for, but Michael Marinello is locked in to begin here this second half. Corsi makes the feed. A couple stutter steps there by Brian Souza. Souza makes the play. Worked up top again. Here is Corsi. Corsi with a goal on his ledger so far today. Worked around the perimeter by John Mahoney. Shot clock worked down again, down to 15 seconds. Sharp angle try there was handled by Perry. It is out with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Jack Green defending as that one goes across the top of the crease area and out. Shot clock hit 0, defended well there by Jack Green that last chance. So RPI again, the defense. Certainly a positive story to begin things, but they've managed just one offensively. Green is able to find that one. The clear a bit precarious, but on second effort, RPI is able to get it over center. Kieran McGinley tried it the first time, but Jack Green was waiting right behind him to make that play, and that was an outstanding shift on defense for Green, one of the seniors who will be honored here on Senior Day. Ruffini. Swanson catches, fires, he hit the crossbar. Centering pass, Mazzella, he scores! Well, the first chance would not go, but Smith was able to find the rebound, some quick passing, and it finds the senior Anthony Mazzella, goal number 17 on the year for him. Mazzella riding a 4-game multi-point streak. Had just 2 games with multiple points before that. And he recorded a hat trick against Skidmore last weekend. He's on the board, and RPI has scored twice. It's now a 6-goal game as Venuto knocked it clear. But the follow-up from Lucas Podvi gave possession to the Saints.
Assisted by number 15, Eric Ocher. RPI goal 1, Mazzella from 15.
You have to work hard for everything against this Saints team. And RPI scored a couple of hard-working goals so far. Still 12-6 as we click towards 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Worked back up top for Cam Crosdale. Crosdale this way for Bobby Wells. Now it's Mahoney. Daniel Mahoney, that is. Wells is forced back up top. The switch there keeps McGrath with him. Hutchinson along the near side, defended by Porter. Hutchinson tries to turn, no lane to get a shot away. Shot clock again now under 20. Bobbled a bit by Hutchinson, worked up top now for Mahoney again. Mahoney the stutter step, Shark Bengals try, and a save made by Perry. Well, ultimately, if you start talking about comeback efforts for this Engineers team, it's going to start and end with 2 players. It's Angelo Venuto winning faceoffs, and it's Joseph Perry making saves like those. The Engineers forced St. Lawrence into a tough angle to get that shot, and then you ask Perry to do the rest. And last year's Liberty League first-team goaltender, you hope will do the rest. RPI's offense back on the turf here with under 5 to go. They trail by 6. Zach Swanson. Ruffini for Mazzella, the most recent goal scorer. Smith to his left, fires one, and that one whistles past the far post. As Marinello went down into the splits to at least follow it past the far post, even if he didn't necessarily have to make the save. Play begins again with exactly 30 seconds on the shot clock. Worked up top for Smith. Mazzella forced backwards. Ruffini centers. A shot there from Ojert, and a tough one. He went right-handed. It was poked towards the line, and it is waved off, and St. Lawrence is given possession. And Scott Hackett-Dalglish can't believe it. Well, the precedent had been set as St. Lawrence was able to score after knocking one out of the stick of Perry and then putting it in. The referee's a bit more diligent to blow the whistle on that one. And Scott Hackett-Dalglish is incensed on the sideline over probably that fact. Whipped across the O-end. Here is John Mahoney. Was bidding for the shot, I think. Might have skipped off of the defender before it got there. RPI is awarded possession. Perry, long outlet feed, and it'll skip out of bounds as McGrath was unable to handle it. Great crowd on hand here at ECAV Stadium, and they have been very, very boisterous over the last few minutes. Fresh shot clock here for the Saints to work with. Under 3 to go, third quarter. If you're RPI on defense, you essentially cannot victimize at least through the rest of the third quarter, and a save made by Perry. Rebound and a hit laid there. Stanek jarred it free, but McGrath is able to knock it up off the turf and into the stick. Long outlet feed. That one's successful. The clear controlled by Gavin Cousineau. Under 2.5 to go, Murphy. Knifing his way towards the net. Needed essentially one more step to get that shot. He'll try it again and fire, and that one would not go. The rebound is controlled by Ogert. Cooper Manzi looking for reinforcements and play calls from the sidelines. Cooper Roman this way for Swanson. Turns and fires, and he missed the net. Swanson with 2 goals, the only multiple goal scorer for RPI. Shot clock at 37 when we begin play. Ogert this way for Swanson. With Charlie Higgins marking him. Worked up top. Roman this way for Murphy. Far side Manzi, the jab step and the spin move. It's Cooper Manzi. Tried to go righty and a save made by Marinello. Rebound Roman, and he whistled it wide. Michael Marinello has had a very, very strong third quarter. As RPI, you've noticed a considerable change in offensive pace, but Marinello's had a lot of answers. Fresh shot clock here for the Engineers on offense as we click towards a minute to go in the third quarter. Shot clock is still ahead of game clock here. Swanson, Manzi, spins, righty shot there, and it whistled high. That was a beauty there from the sophomore. Unfortunately, it forced him to his offhand, which changed things just a bit. RPI gets possession back, still 30 on the shot clock. Murphy worked it in front, was looking to either get a shot or he nearly found Eric Ogert on the back door in the process. Ogert tracks this one down. He'll go righty, one-hander, save Marinello. Rebound is loose and scooped up there by Higgins. With just over 30 to go, Higgins. Outlet feed, a dangerous one, but he completes it, and the clear is successful. Hacked at and stripped there by Manzi. RPI will try to take it back, kick toward the sideline, and St. Lawrence is awarded possession. The officials will get together and discuss. Well, that was a relatively brief discussion just to keep possession where it is already. 16.9 seconds left. Boy, the two coaches on the sidelines are both getting their money's worth. A whistle again, and St. Lawrence turns it over. Murphy, now 10 seconds to go. RPI will get one last chance. Murphy goes lefty, lost control, loose along the turf with 3. One more pass, and the horn will sound, ending play in the third quarter. Quite the frenetic pace in the third quarter of action. Just 2 goals. They both belong to the Engineers as the defense and Joe Perry pitch a shutout in the third quarter, but St. Lawrence is still doubling up Rensselaer after 3 quarters. We make the turn for home in just a few moments, so stay with us. You're watching RPI Men's Lacrosse on RPI TV.
Claim your prize in the cafe at ECAV Center.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter underway here at ECAV Stadium. St. Lawrence and RPI locked in a Liberty League battle with heavy implications depending on who ends up winning. Face-off won there by Angelo Venuto, giving the Engineers possession back. RPI scored the only 2 goals in the third quarter, but still trails St. Lawrence as the defense and goaltending for RPI stepped up, but Michael Marinello had an outstanding third quarter, keeping his team in the lead by a handful. Here is Smith. Sean Smith, defended by Charlie Mealy, was able to find Murphy, who will knock himself in front, and he got hit there by Marinello and fired it wide in the process. RPI maintains possession. That was an aggressive move there from Marinello, but it worked. Ojert spins. Up top, Smith. Here is Raffini. The lefty on his left. Swanson. Shot clock now down to 13. Swanson fakes it. Goes to his left. Defended very well. Up top, Smith. Long try. He scores! Sean Smith on the board to begin things. 1:19 into the fourth quarter. RPI has scored 3 unanswered here in this second half. It's a 5-goal game. This is the closest this game has been since the 6:30 mark of the second quarter. Face-off is knocked backwards. Venuto had it but fell, and St. Lawrence grabs possession. A couple of nice moves there by Bobby Wells in order to avoid a couple of stick checks and maintain possession.
30, Zach Swanson. RPI goal 10, Smith from 30, Swanson.
Face-off battle still favors St. Lawrence 16-7. But of the 3 draws in the third quarter, RPI won 2 of them. Hacked at there, turnover forced. And RPI will grab it back. Here is Perry. RPI will begin their clear. On the season, 294 of 356, 82.6% success rate. That was entering play today. Ty Stanek hands it off, but it's taken away. Was trying to flip it towards Osiert, but it was picked off by Tripp Clark, who is a ball hawk on the defensive end, and showed that one right there. (12-7), St. Lawrence, the number 5 team in the nation, 276 votes in this week's USILA poll. RPI number 4 team in the nation, 299 total votes. Just 1 team in the nation in Division III lacrosse left undefeated at the top of the rankings. That's Salisbury. Other than that, every other team with at least 1 loss. The solo clear completed there by Porter. And RPI Green had it, but it's knocked loose, and Clark has it again. But that one's knocked off of his stick toward the end line. He was out of bounds, and RPI will get possession. Fresh 80 for RPI, and Eric Osiert the one who begins it. Defended by Clark, who will slow to a jog, allowing for Osiert to make the pass. Swanson, unable to corral. He and Trey Berry went headlong into towards each other, I should say. That pass from Berry doesn't connect toward the line and out of bounds there. Charlie Rath was on the other end of that, but the pass from Berry caught him in an unfortunate spot where he could not make the play. St. Lawrence will go back the other way, handing it back towards Michael Marinello. Marinello has given up 7 and made 10 saves. Pass completed to complete the clear, finding Bobby Bartlett. Joe Perry has given up 12. He's made 8 saves. Pass to the far side. Whipped all the way across, forcing Hutchinson back to track it down. Heaved across the middle by Ted Wilson. Players changing places, allowing for some room for Zach Corsi. Here's Wilson again. Wilson defended by Azwari. Knocked loose there by Azwari. Hacked at there by Green. A heck of a play between those two. Azwari is hacked down. Flags thrown. RPI will go a man up, assuming possession by St. Lawrence, which they have there. And a fist bump there between Azwari and Green. And then the rest of the defense coming back to give kudos to their guys on a really, really nice defensive set there for RPI.
St. Lawrence penalty to number 34, Judge Murphy. Receives 1 minute for tripping. 34 of St. Lawrence Murphy, 1 minute on a trip.
That is Tripp Clark, I believe, who will be the guilty party. Oh, apologies, folks. That was Judge Murphy. 34, not 44. Judge Murphy will be the one who will sit. It's a minute for a trip. Second man up opportunity for RPI. They're 0 for 1. Smith. Murphy fires. Missed it wide. A little bit more time to operate here, a man up, as RPI's one chance on their power play was just a 30-second delay of game opportunity. That was back in the first quarter. Swanson works it low. Centering pass there for Murphy. He tried to go towards that far side post. had a split second to fire the shot, and I think it got disrupted. Another chance there, off the iron, behind Marinello, but not to the back of the net, as close as you can come on the second chance there in a few moments for Murphy. Drop back to Marinello on the feed from Caleb Torres. Stripped loose there by Murphy. Murphy finds it. Looking for the trailer. Here is Smith. One more Raffini. Now it's Manzi. He shoots and he scores! Tick, tack, and goal for Cooper Manzi. His second of the game, his second goal of the year with multiple goals. And it's a 4-goal game now. Well, St. Lawrence was trying to rag as much clock as possible and eventually complete the clear. But it's a really well-placed stick check there from Murphy. Face-off won by Condon. He can change things quickly. That pass gets blocked, swept towards the net there by McGrath and taken away by Azwari. Azwari being hacked at. Able to complete the pass, no. And that one will head out of bounds. A lot of pressure coming there from Ben Hutchinson, forces a turnover as RPI was trying to complete the clear. 12-8 St. Lawrence. The goal while a man up to Cooper Manzi. RPI's 7th goal, a man up this season. That comes in 42 tries. Stripped loose there. Jack Green is having himself a heck of a second half. It was stripped away from Cam Crosdale, but he was able to find it back. Crosdale was watched by Green. He made the pass. Murphy. Centering pass. That shot there is handled by Perry, I should say. And it rolls out. 8:07 to go, fourth quarter. Crosdale shoots one. That one went wide. Loose up in the air. On the rebound, they score. A broken play leads to the chance for Daniel Mahoney and a huge response from the Saints. It is now 13-8. And Daniel Mahoney has 4 this afternoon. Off of the faceoff, possession is awarded to St. Lawrence, allowing for the take by Lucas Podvy. Podvy was forced to the line. He was able to make the play. Mahoney hacked at there by Green. That is a huge, huge response on a play where it looked like RPI might have had the chance bottled up, but Mahoney was able to find the rebound. He was the one that scored after St. Lawrence dug the ball loose out from under Joe Perry's stick, because at the time it looked like he had it pinned along the turf, but because he was outside the crease, that allowed for that behind the back beauty there from Murphy, and St. Lawrence has added 2 more. Goodness gracious, Judge Murphy up over the 50-goal total today. That's his 5th goal of the afternoon and 54th of the season, and an exclamation mark. Re-extending the lead, 2 in a row for St. Lawrence. They lead by 6. A stalemate off the draw still. Neither player has moved. This is a battle, folks. A battle that is knocked forward and won there by Condon.
St. Lawrence goal scored by 31, Judge Murphy. Assisted by
These two are not giving each other an inch
St. Lawrence goal.
On the face-off today, but it's been Patty Condon with the lion's share of the victories. Last year when these two battled each other, Condon went 16 of 22. And in total, Venuto went 7 of 20 in a game that RPI ended up winning out in Canton last year. Right now, Union holds a 5-4 advantage over RIT on the road. That game is midway through the second quarter. So, if St. Lawrence is able to hold on and beat RPI and RIT wins, that will create a three-way tie at the top of the Liberty League standings. And based on winning percentage against teams with a record of 500 or better, RIT would be named the regular season champions and the #1 seed. And based on the result of this game, if St. Lawrence was able to hang on and win, based on the result of this game, as Perry's able to make that save. Oh, a heck of a play there, allowing for the clear by the Engineers. Eli Kalkstein with an absolute beauty. Based on the results of this game, RPI would be the 3 seed, and these two teams would play in Canton in the semifinals on Friday. That is if RIT wins and if St. Lawrence wins. Right now, Union the advantage over RIT. Smith, flag thrown, so RPI will be going a man up as that shot from Swanson went high. If RPI wants to have a chance, they have to average over a goal a minute through the end of regulation. A goal while a man up would certainly help.
Penalty to St. Lawrence, number 9, Owen O'Brien. 30 seconds offside.
30-second offside penalty. Owen O'Brien will be the guilty party. RPI 1 for 2 while a man up today. Tyler Ruffini. Murphy worked all the way up top. Smith playing quarterback. He fires and he scores! That's a big one from Sean Smith while a man up. The second man up tally for the Engineers here this afternoon. And it's a 5-goal game. Sean Smith with multiple goals today. Face-off won by Venuto. Angelo Venuto, a nice move. He fires and he scores!
30. Zach Swanson.
Don't go anywhere yet! Engineers into double digits. It's 14-10. A beauty of a goal there from Angelo Venuto, shooting off balance and ripping it over Michael Marinello. All eyes will once again train right at the center of the P in the RPI logo. Face-off knocked forward. Condon had it for the moment, and it scooped up off of the turf on a play by Rogan Cardinal.
RPI's 10th goal scored by number 25, Angelo Venuto, unassisted. Goal by 25.
Quick
Venuto.
passing allows for the control by Ben Hutchinson. And right now the clock is once again on St. Lawrence's side. Bobby Wells. Wells was working there on Kieran McGinley. Judge Murphy, now a second member of the Engineers, being sent out to cover as Joe Perry has exited his net. They're trying to force the turnover. Perry will scramble back, turning the corner and firing, and they score. That is Murphy once again. The Engineers went all out to try to force the turnover, sending two of their defenders onto Judge Murphy. But he was able to maintain possession and fired it past Joseph Perry, who was scrambling back to his net to try to make the play. 3:54 to go here in the fourth quarter. The 6th goal of the afternoon for the senior attackman, Judge Murphy, out of Cohasset, Massachusetts. He's been outstanding. Venuto wins the faceoff. Sent up in the air. One-handed along there by Green. Still loose. Both teams battling for it. RPI finds it. So the faceoff controlled by RPI with 3.5 to go. Looking to get one in a hurry. Luke Murphy. Ruffini. Up top, Ogert. Ogert spins. Collapsed upon there by 2 members of the defense, but he was able to find Smith. Mazzella, jab step. Lefty. Finds it back righty. He'll fire. Save Marinello. Rebound found by Smith. Fresh shot clock for RPI with 3 minutes to go. They trail by 5. They need one in a hurry. Murphy. Mazzella. He'll try it again. Save Marinello. Couple of big stops. RPI keeps it in bounds. Fresh shot clock again after the save. Tyler Ruffini. Now it's Swanson up top. After a couple of chances there from Mazzella. Murphy tries to turn the corner. Up top, Mazzella tries it again. Saved by Marinello, and he's got it pinned in his crease. 3 saves during that particular sequence from Michael Marinello, locking things down for his group. Long heave finds Alec Betchard. Fires one back towards Marinello. Outlet feed, skips along the turf. RPI will grab it, scooped up by Green. 2 minutes to go. Engineers trail by 5. Green will work it backwards. Clear now successful. Ty Stanek. RPI sending everything they have at the net right now. Sean Smith shoots one, skips it wide and out. Ogert the first one there. We saw a few weeks ago the Saints of Siena College come back from an seemingly insurmountable deficit in the waning moments of a fourth quarter in order to pick up a win. Engineers hoping to replicate some of that magic here in the Capital Region this afternoon. Just over 90 seconds to go. Swanson, pass gets deflected. Smith scoops it free, and RPI maintains possession. Murphy will send a pass in front, was looking there. That one will head out of bounds, and St. Lawrence awarded possession. A timeout is taken with 1 minute and 24 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter, and that may have been RPI's last gasp, if it wasn't already.
Timeout, St. Lawrence.
Well, it's been an entertaining game for sure. Here at ECAV Stadium, the Engineers outscored St. Lawrence 2-0 in the third quarter and so far 4-3 in the fourth quarter. But it was a 3-1 start to the game for St. Lawrence in the first, and then a 9-3 second quarter for the St. Lawrence Saints and their head coach Mike Mahoney that has staked them out to a lead that should allow them to take down RPI for the first time in Liberty League action. Union and RIT are even at 6 goals apiece right now with 7:54 to go in the second quarter. Checking the schedule elsewhere in conference, Clarkson doubling up Vassar 10-5. And in the other of the 4 games, it is Ithaca about to wrap things up, a 15-10 lead over Skidmore with just over a minute remaining. So it will all come down, barring any kind of miracle, as Perry is out playing defense right now. The net is empty. A whistle is blown and a timeout will be taken. The final timeout, second and final here in the half for St. Lawrence with 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining. So, assuming the result with 1:08 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter here. St. Lawrence will win their 6th game of the season. That will move them to 6-1. RPI would drop to 6-1, so those two teams would be tied, and St. Lawrence, given this victory, would have the head-to-head advantage over the Engineers. So they would jump, at the time, up from 3rd to 1st. RPI would fall to 2nd. If Union ends up winning, Union would move to 5-2, RIT would move to 5-2. And based on the like opponents, if Union was able to win that game, it would be RPI and Union here at ECAV Stadium in the Liberty League semifinals. And RIT, as the 4 seed, would be playing in the first round of the tournament against whomever ends up wrapping up the number 5 seed, which should end up being Vassar. However, if RIT ends up winning, they at 6-1, based on tiebreakers, would end up winning the Liberty League. St. Lawrence, then, based on the result here with RPI, would be in 2nd. RPI would be in 3rd. Union would be in 4th. And RPI would be headed out to Canton to play the same Saints team in the semifinals on Friday. Okay, pencils down. A minute to go here in the fourth quarter. 15-10 St. Lawrence. Net is empty for the Engineers as Joe Perry, you can see, is trying to track down Ben Hutchinson. Hutchinson is bottled up. Whistle will blow there. And a timeout is taken with 49.5 seconds left.
Timeout, St. Lawrence.
Okay, so I believe a timeout was improperly awarded on the scoreboard, because that one you could hear over the loudspeaker was awarded to St. Lawrence. So one of those timeouts was RPI's. After the conclusion of the game today, keep it locked here on RPI TV for coverage of RPI Men's Lacrosse's Senior Day. Anthony Mazzella, Cameron Howley, Nick Porter, Luke Murphy, Eric Ogert, Kean Hilkowich, Eli Kalkstein, Zach Swanson, Jack Green, Nolan Smith, Caleb Oswari, Drew Teff, Kieran McGinley, and Angelo Venuto, all seniors on this Engineers roster. So a busy day, to say the least, here for the men's lacrosse team in a senior class that has seen a lot when you think about how things started during COVID here at RPI, and has done a lot for this program. No matter the result, and at this point it kind of seems relatively certain what the result will be, RPI has matched their program record for wins in a season. They set that number back in 2010 with 14 wins in total. That pass will sail up and out of bounds, so RPI will get possession with 33.9 seconds. RIT has jumped ahead by a goal, 7-6. Right now, midway through the second quarter. If Union wins, RPI will host Union here at ECAV Stadium in the semifinals. If RIT wins, RPI will head to St. Lawrence, and these two teams will battle for the second time in 6 days in Canton on Friday in the semifinals. St. Lawrence in possession. They jumped out to a lead early, 3-1, and they added on to it early and often in the second quarter. RPI mounted their comeback, but just weren't able to generate enough on Michael Marinello, who locked things down in the third and fourth quarters in order to help his team to what will be their 14th win of the season. Long heave will take one skip off the turf. Be taken away there by St. Lawrence. 2 seconds and 1, and that will do it. And the St. Lawrence Saints have come to ECAV Stadium and handed RPI their first conference loss of the season. 15-10, your final here on Senior Day in Troy. The win number 14 on the season for St. Lawrence, and head coach Mike Mahoney, their 7th win away from home and their 6th win in conference. RPI's lost their 2nd of the season, 1st in conference and 1st here at ECAV Stadium. Leads them to a regular season record of 14-2. Tied for the most wins in program history during an entire season, that is.
Reminder that in just a few moments we will be celebrating and honoring.
And now, all everybody can do in the Liberty League is wait and watch. 3:23 to go, second quarter out in Rochester. 7-6, RIT at 15-1 and 5-1 in conference. Leading Union 11-3 and 4-2 in conference play. So, for the meantime, I'd say keep it locked on the Liberty League website. That's libertyleagueathletics.com for updates on that one. In the meantime, we will bid you adieu here from ECAV Stadium. Thanks for making us a part of your Saturday afternoon on a beautiful Saturday here in the Capital Region. The final score for the final time, it was St. Lawrence 15 and RPI 10. For everybody working hard behind the scenes from our good friends at RPI TV. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe on the channel. You'll get incredible live broadcasts like these, as well as original content and so much more. Hit subscribe on RPI TV. I promise you will not regret it. And for everybody working hard behind the scenes at RPI TV, Dan Ball saying thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for coverage of Senior Day on the turf here at ECAV Stadium. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. You've been watching RPI Men's Lacrosse here on RPI TV. Have a great afternoon.
Reminder from for all Family members of the graduating seniors, please make your way to the field at this time. Please direct your attention to the field and join us in celebrating our 10 seniors in the class of 2024. This class has accomplished a great deal, undoubtedly raised the bar for RPI lacrosse in the community, the classroom, and on the field. Among their accomplishments, they have defeated 5 top 20 teams this year, which were in the top 10. They reached number 2 in the country for the first time in program history and have consistently been ranked in the top 10 all season long. They've completed more community service hours than any other team on campus this academic year and more than any other men's lacrosse team, dedicating 559 hours to helping others in the community. Some of these players will be moving on to work at companies like General Dynamics, TC Electric, and GE, while others will return next year to further their education and serve the team. Let's have a round of applause for the class of 2024. Honoring them one at a time, let's begin with number 34, Jack Green from Cohasset, Massachusetts. Jack is a defenseman majoring in business management with minors in economics and psychology. He's accompanied by his mother, Dawn, father, Rick, and family. Jack played in 36 games, starting 25, has 4 points in his career, scooped up 59 ground balls, caused 41 turnovers. Jack's passion for the game and RPI lacrosse are unmatched. He constantly pushes his teammates to chase excellence. Jack's teammates undoubtedly rely on him for his inspirational leadership. Number 34, Jack Green.
Love you, Jack!
Up next is number 27, Kian Hilkowicz, an attackman majoring in business management from Calgary, Alberta. He's accompanied by his mother, Erica, and father, Perry. He played in 23 career games, scored 8 goals, dished out 3 assists, scooped up 3 ground balls, and caused 2 turnovers. Kian's positive spirit, love of the game, grit, and resilience are tremendous. He has humbly served his teammates and the team throughout his career. Number 27, Kian Hilkowicz. Up next is number 8, Cameron Howley, an attackman from Houston, Texas. He's majoring in computer systems engineering and is accompanied by his mother, Elizabeth, and father, Tom. He played in 25 games, scored 6 goals, collected 4 assists. He also scooped up 5 ground balls and has caused 2 turnovers. Dean's and Honor List and Liberty League All-Academic, Cam has been the consummate servant leader. He is constantly at work, leading behind the scenes. Serves his teammates, making an enormous impact that often goes unnoticed, but is truly immeasurable. Number 8, Cameron Howley. Up next, number 43, Kieran McGinley, transition midfielder majoring in mechanical engineering. He's from East Setauket, New York, accompanied by his mother, Lynn, and father, Brian. Kieran played in 32 games, dished out 3 assists, and picked up 17 ground balls. He also caused 6 turnovers. Kieran exemplifies work ethic, grit, and dedication. He brings a fun-loving, calming presence to the locker room while adding a fierce, competitive spirit on the field. 43, Kieran McGinley. Up next, number 15, Eric Oger, an attackman and a transfer from Ursinus College. He's a graduate student pursuing his master's in business administration. He hails from Doylestown, Pennsylvania, and is accompanied by his mother, Lisa, and father, Magnus. He played 15 games, started 14, scored 17 goals, and had 21 assists. He scooped up 23 ground balls and caused 4 turnovers. Eric plays with a passion and excitement for the game and his teammates that inspires everyone around him. His resilience, focus, and dedication are certainly noticed daily by his teammates. Number 15, Eric Oger. Up next is number 37, Caleb Ozwari, a defenseman majoring in biology and minoring in public health. He's from Mount Laurel, New Jersey. He's accompanied by his mother, Jane, father, Andrew, and the family. He played in and started 47 career games. He collected 123 ground balls, caused 72 turnovers, has 7 career goals and 7 assists. He's a Dean's Honor List and collected all Liberty League, IMLCA, and All-American honors over his career. Caleb has carried a heavy load as sole captain of our team. He has led with grace and humility while setting a high standard and demanding nothing less of his teammates. Number 37, Caleb Ozwari. Up next, number 36, Nolan Smith, an attackman majoring in mechanical engineering from Downingtown, Pennsylvania. He's accompanied by his mother, Deborah, and father, Mark. Nolan played in 16 games, has 4 goals and 1 assist. He scooped up 5 ground balls, caused 2 turnovers. Nolan's work ethic, drive, and determination have drawn a deep respect from his teammates and coaches. He's the gold standard for dedicating oneself to your role in service of the team. Number 36, Nolan Smith. Up next is number 30, Zach Swanson, a midfielder majoring in biomedical engineering. Zach is from Hingham, Massachusetts, accompanied by his mother Lisa and father Michael and family. He played in 46 games, scored 50 goals, 16 assists for 66 career points. He scooped up 31 ground balls and caused 5 turnovers. Zach has worked hard and it is challenging to quantify his growth as a leader, player, student, and person. He brings a humbleness and grit to the team that is unmatched. Number 30, Zach Swanson. Up next, number 41, Drew Teff, transition midfielder majoring in business management. He's also a minor in economics of banking and finance, hails from Middleton, Wisconsin, and is accompanied by his mother Rachel and father Derek. He played in 31 games, scored 3 goals, 3 assists for 6 career points, scooped up 16 ground balls, caused 5 turnovers. Drew brings a quiet confidence to the field. He is always calm, cool, and collected, but plays with a tenacity and toughness that inspires his teammates. The level of grit he brings to the field puts him in a category all his own. Number 41, Drew Teff. Up next, number 25, Angelo Venuto. He's a face-off midfielder majoring in mechanical engineering and minoring in psychology. Angelo's from Sudbury, Massachusetts, and is accompanied by his mother Lisa, father Peter, and family. He played 51 games, started 49, scooped up 521 ground balls, and has caused 14 turnovers. He has 32 goals and 25 assists. Won 711 of 1,161 face-offs, a winning percentage of 61.2%. A Dean's Honor List, Liberty League All-Academic, and All-American honors. Angelo is someone his teammates know will always be there when they need him. He has built community and connectedness within our team that is unrivaled. Number 25, Angelo Venuto. Please join us one last time in a round of applause for the class of 2024. We remind you, anyone who is part of the RPI Lacrosse family, please join in the middle of the field on the RPI logo for a group photo. Thank you for your attendance. The engineers, thank you for your support.